If you're one of the many people who have been looking for love in all the wrong places, and you keep attracting in very unfulfilling relationships that make you feel unworthy, then I honor you, okay? You are a total spiritual warrior, because this is by far the most soul-crushing, difficult, burdensome, energetic imprint to clear. And you agreed to take this on. And God knew you were strong enough to master this lesson. Otherwise, you wouldn't be carrying this burden right now. So stick around and hear what I have to say, because it has taken me many years, many tears, and many, many, many hours with God to master this lesson and clear this imprint, okay? It is no joke at all. And most of my clients I attract in are carrying this core wound, energetic imprint, karmic imprint of I am not worthy of love, okay? So I know that it is a part of my calling to really, truly teach and free people from this and help as I can. Obviously, I'm not here to save the world, but I'm going to do my best to help. So anyways, the biggest question they will ask me is, how do I do it? How do I choose myself? What do I need to do? And the first step is always being brave enough to choose yourself. Because when you take on this energetic imprint, that means your parents took it on, their parents took it on, and you just subconsciously, you just absorb it, right? You're just born right into it. And you will go out and you will have this belief, and in your mind, you will constantly be looking for ways to receive conditional affection, validation, and you'll feel that you must abandon yourself in order to receive, okay? That's a total illusion. So the first thing is to be able to identify where you're abandoning yourself. And this is one of Shadow's biggest guns, because when you're holding on to that energetic imprint, you believe what you receive. So if you believe you're not worthy of receiving true love, then you're going to continuously magnetize in connections and relationships that will reflect that back to you. That's just how physics works. And the first step is having the utmost strength and the utmost faith to know that God has your back and that you are safe to choose yourself and you are safe to honor yourself. And this is a very difficult thing to do, because most of us who carry this imprint have our biggest fear is to be alone. And God will call you to be alone. He will put you through an isolation period. And that only serves the purpose for you to be rebuilt through the Holy Spirit. So when you're in your wholeness and you love yourself unconditionally, you will then magnetize in relationships that reflect that back to you. But this doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. And the first step of the process is you have to be willing to release these connections you are clinging onto and you hold dear to your heart, because it's all that you know. And it takes the utmost strength and bravery to walk through all of this. And the relationships that you call in, these people also have the same energetic imprint as well. Your parents had it, you're used to that dynamic, you're going to call in what feels familiar to you. And in the psyche, this will usually, it comes in as narcissist or empath on either side of the scale there, with that kind of trauma that you're carrying. And when you have the nerve to say, you know what, I am safe enough to release this, I'm going to protect my peace and I'm going to choose myself. Like I said, this is the shadow's biggest gun. So you're going to have the devil on your back saying, you're not worthy, you're this, you're that, you've been overlooked, okay? And the people that you are choosing to release, or being called to release, are going to have the devil on their back as well. How dare they do that? Who do they think they are? Da, 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 da. And there will be conflicts there. And when you have conflicts with these people, you really have to take a step back and reflect. You have to pray on it. You have to really learn to differentiate the voice of God and the voice that is not God, okay? Because God always, always has your back. And God always wants you to be able to expand, grow, heal, shine your light, and live an emotionally fulfilling life. That is the goal of your soul and that God has for you as well, is to clear this karmic imprint, okay? Like I said, this is one of the heaviest shadows to bear. It is a soul-crushing pain. And shadow really enjoys feeding off that. So it's going to use all the big guns, and it's going to do its best to keep you in that space and in that dynamic. So you take a step back, you choose to honor your peace. And yes, there will be pushback. And yes, you have to have the utmost strength to do this. And I can validate for you that I have had extreme amounts of pushback. And it has almost taken me out before, I'm not going to lie. I've had my own family members say that I am crazy, I have to see a psychiatrist, I take psychiatric medications, I'm demonic, not smart, selfish, I mean, you name it. None of that could be farther from the truth. There's not one shred of truth to any of that information. And it's all fear-based tactics, right? To get you to keep feeding your energy into that and not pouring it into yourself. So like I would tell my clients, the first thing you have to do, honor yourself, protect your peace, and seal up the leaks. Eventually, these people will either end up matching and rise and meet you where you're at, or they're going to fall off naturally. And you have to be okay with that either way. Because if you have this imprint, one of your biggest fears will be being alone. And that used to be my biggest fear as well. But that is a very sacred time of isolation that you have walking with God, and that you get to be rebuilt and refueled and refilled by the Holy Spirit. And I am living proof that this is true. I am not the same person I was in any way, shape, or form. And I can finally, now that I'm on the other side of it, I am actually very grateful for all of the pain that I went through and all of those lessons that I had to learn, because it truly transformed me into the best version of myself. And that's the whole point. The whole point is when you can get to that space and you can feel that inner peace and that inner joy and that true love that you have for yourself, the universe, the world, it rises up to meet you exactly where you're at. And as soon as God sees that your heart is ready, you magnetize in exactly what your heart desires, okay? And I am finally at my breakthrough moment, and I am so grateful and joyful to be able to share my experiences with you guys, to let you know that this is not impossible, okay? This is not impossible. Yes, it is painful, but it is 100% worth it. Because as within, so without, as above, so below. This is all part of God's plan for you, okay? So you truly walk, you learn to feel that inner peace, that inner love, you face those fears, you learn what is not God's voice, you learn what the voice is that is the devil on your back, and you stare right back, and you can totally have the discernment to differentiate, okay? And once that imprint is totally cleared and you're free and your heart is open, because when you're carrying around these burdens, another point that's worth mentioning is that your heart is closed off. And when your heart is closed off, you cannot receive the blessings and you cannot magnetize in the blessings that God has for you. But here I am standing on the other side, telling you that it is possible, it is 100% worth it, and I am so grateful for this, and I'm so grateful to be here, shining as my best self, and I can feel I can feel my new timeline. I've landed on it. I can feel my new soul connection. I can feel my new soul family. My whole life is shifting at a very rapid pace, and I'm so excited to share with you what happens next, okay? So follow me for tomorrow's word. I love you guys so, so much. We got this.